on Bailey. We saw a little gator chop. The Tennessee players.
Islanders 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. There, Alexander on the other.
Vic off the back iron. Martin couldn't get it in. Alexander, the turnaround.
To realize, Jimmy, is we're dialed into the college game, and we see guys, and Jalen Hurts probably a pretty good example. He gives up a bucket.
Yeah, good looking shot there. He was able to bang Grant 2 times into the middle, spin over his right shoulder, and use that left hand.
Pons again.
Push. Here's Perry. Transition 3. And Louisville still hasn't led since this was a 33-31 Cards game in the first half. Alexander now. He got deep. Good.
Down low, Walker Jr.
Martin from 3. Back iron, back to Tennessee.
Martin's not shy to take the outside shot, even though he's listed as the 4-man.
Turnaround, got it.
In our game, and Jordan Nwora, what a summer he had. He played for the Nigerian national team against men. His dad coached the team.
They can switch, communicate. Grant Williams in the paint with the left.
From the outside, they give him 2 on that one. Ryan shooting hot. He's 3 for 3 in the game. Well, bunny from Grant Williams.
I think the home court. You look at the records. I mean, John Calipari going in today, I believe, is 161-8 at home. Rick Horowitz has been here 41 and I believe 11 here at home. Something like that.
See Thunder Rockets followed by Sixers Celtics and Lakers Warriors, and we cap off the day with Trailblazers Jazz at 10:30. Back over on ESPN. It was another triple-double for LeBron last night. Good cut, huh? Wow.
Tennessee shooting 50%, Memphis 21%. You'd expect more than a 6-point spread, yet here we are. Memphis 10 of 12 from the line, and the Tigers have forced 8 Tennessee turnovers to just 3 for Memphis. Williams on the inside.
Very rarely, with all due respect, are guys who are student athletes so they have the time to focus on what the other programs are doing.
You're exactly right, and that's what endears him. There's a good seal inside. Look at that.
Again, Pons. Again, he'll try it. This time he'll
touch. Well, Jordan Nwora is really a starter, but they just wanted to send him a message about getting a little tougher, play some defense, but he can shoot the basketball.
John Fulkerson back.
Coming up in prime time later tonight.
See early today that Dillashaw is dropping down a weight class for this fight tonight.
Underhanded, left it short. And Williams takes it back. Bone attacks. Yes.
Come on, big fella. You're talented.
He's got 14 points and 5 rebounds. Bone with the left hand.
Over as well as I do in terms of seeing some of the skills that he possesses.
Well, some of the numbers he's got, Big 12 play alone, he's 4th in the league in rebounding at 9 rebounds per game.
He's got that great size, man.
He looks like a Bob Huggins player, no doubt. Bone cruises to the goal.
Well, that's
Jr. in Division I has had more career free throws than Grant Williams.
Step back for Isaiah Joe. He's 0 for 2. Bone attacking.
What else I've been impressed by Mayo? He hasn't forced it. How many shots would you say he's forced tonight? Not many. No,
yeah.
he's been very mature in how he goes about his game. Well, there's that different speed.
Judge Schmales was such a good character in the first Caddyshack, and yet we went to Caddyshack 2.
What was another one you said last night?
Deuce speaking to him about it. He said, Lenore Ryan, we played our home games at Hickory High School.
2-2 right now in the conference in the middle of the pack, and look at the.
Isa Ahmad lost it in the post.
Jordan Bone pulls up. He's got the game's first bucket.
Going out. Nice play inside. Cover again.
He's got 6.
He's got nice skills. He really does, Bob. He has a chance to be a player. Just listen. All he has to do is listen to Coach Huggins. Do the right things. Take advantage of the great size he has.
Game. Tennessee's not as proficient or prolific as a three-point shooting team. Neither is Kentucky. Good hands and near steal for Shitu in the back court. But Tennessee maintains control. Bone to the rack, and he can do that as well as anybody in the country.
To get within one or maybe tie it on this trip. Williams for the tie.
He can really shoulder and shooting the hard guarded 2. He comes back to his right shoulder for the clean angle. That was very well done.
7-point game. Alexander will hoist a 3.
Season after he was the leading scorer for Florida a year ago.
Good job by Alexander to switch out on a shooter and get his feet on that three-point line, and that's the arsenal that Grant Williams has added to his game this year.
Williams dials up 3.
Melo and LeBron, and now you will be open.
Well, it's much like what the NBA's become, and college basketball the same.
They call, the team's down as the man hits another 3, but they want to be up-tempo on the other end.
Easy to do. It's just a matter of your offensive style, but the defensive philosophy is very similar.
Schofield rising.
You could almost say Tennessee has 7 starters as deep as this team is.
Alexander.
About 2-3 inches and finishes it.
Bone to Williams. Here comes a 3. Got it.
What a great tag, though, by Grant Williams on the roll of Dante Hall. That naked pick and roll middle action.
Williams.
Yep.
And 1.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's how upsets happen. Make those kind of shots.
It's an 8-0 run for West Virginia.
That's some good post players in the SEC. That's a big one.
Neesmith having a good first half. They've kept the black and gold crowd into it. Lamonte Turner, high arcing 3.
Bounce back too to make sure that you can protect some guys in certain situations, foul trouble, injuries, things like that.
Russell is 3rd three-pointer of the game for the Raging Cajuns. Here's Schofield. Dumps it out. Alexander got it.
Auburn turned it over 5 times, went 5 for 25 on the road against NC State. I personally think that Kentucky is a team that could blossom into a national title contender.
His ability to play through contact, probably the best half of basketball he's had in that area.
Contested shot.
Good
oh,
gracious.
man. George.
Senior from Louisville, preseason second-team all-conference.
Jallo and Thomas, senior guards. That is why this Bears squad is excited for this season.
They both average 4.
Villanova's going to see some size and length against Florida State. Terrence Mann having a terrific start to the season. Remember how Kansas was struggling at the line earlier in the game. They've now made 11 of their last 12. Schofield in close again.
Talk about Tennessee. They lost once this season to Kansas in overtime. And their lineup features no freshmen, which is rare. They got a couple of juniors. Grant Williams there. Kyle Alexander. Admiral Schofield is a senior. Bone is the point guard. Yves Pons the most athletic on the floor. 3-pointer and a nice start for Admiral Schofield.
Player, he's fully committed to whatever it takes for the team. Never complains about playing time. Always there. Always solid. And that's why you hear that ovation.
Grant Williams has had 23 points today. Now Schofield going to work. Oh.
From the elbow is good.
That's disheartening as a defender. I thought Bone got caught being lazy. He just had his hands down, didn't challenge the vision of the shooter.
It's Kareem South's first points of the game. Tennessee by 10. Schofield from long range.
Watching it tonight, I know you've been impressed at times as you see the AP top 10.
Three teams from the SEC leading the charge there. Is Mayo a potential NBA guy, overseas guy? Do we know yet?
I don't think we know yet. I know he'll get looked at. He's going to get an opportunity.
Bowden. Front, Lightfoot, and Lawson. That's a pretty good rotation he's got.
Yeah, and Marcus Garrett, a very good defensive player, not the offensive player that maybe Charlie Moore is. That's probably why Moore has been playing a little bit more in this one, because he can score a little bit better. Quentin Grimes, who can really score, has been struggling. Good cut.
And it goes in for Schofield. Grant Williams.
Out the ball, and no one takes the roll guy, Dante Hall.
And Dante ends a 4-minute drought for Alabama. Out of bucket, Alexander on the pick and roll again.
Just open it up and let Hall roll out of it. Grant Williams came out, challenged the on-ball drive, but allowed the corner to be turned.
Bowden, Williams, they've assisted.
Big basket for Alabama to stay in this game.
Makes it an 8-point game. Petty switching with Mack in the starting lineup. He's coming off the bench, and right now they scooped up by Ingram. No, Bone with the rebound. Head immediately up down court.
They made the switch right now because we're in transition, but
Bowden the pull up over Lewis. Quick three in that possession. And Tennessee make them pay.
Don't you go in the paint if you're Tennessee. Take hard at every catch, hard look to paint. Hard look to paint on every catch right now if you're Tennessee.
Fulkerson with a touch inside.
You run the play through Williams, and I think it ends up in Schofield's hand most of the time.
Emory Simpson, the triple. 69-45. Well, a great problem to have if you're Rick Barnes, I suppose. Who's going to be your guy in clutch situations? Bowden off the pump fake. Why not?
He runs for the lead. Schofield with the ball.
Mayo with 13 to go along with 7 rebounds. Important game for number 10 for Eastern Kentucky. At his size, with his skill set, a chance to play at the next level. Schofield.
Hickory, where he grew up and played college ball at Lenore-Ryan. And you can see elements of that when you walk into his coach's office or the lounge here at Thompson Bowling Arena. By the way, their new locker room is just
fabulous, isn't it? Yeah. The cheerwine bench and the cheerwines, that's what you're referring to?
Yes. That's what I'm getting.
You told me he grew up on that. That's bad for your...
Full court pressure. The SEC coming off a season in which 8 teams made the NCAA tournament. It's a conference record, and I would venture to gather that same number could be achieved this year. Bone inside.
Jordan Geist is putting on a show. Turner can do that clutch 3.
Jump hook. When he can just catch it right there, turn around and elevate, that's when he's at his best. And he's been playing with much greater energy. He has another notch to go in Rick Barnes' mind before his career's over here at Tennessee.
Older sister Kayla Alexander started at Syracuse, now plays for the WNBA's Indiana.
3 rotations and it went down.
He does shoot a really good ball now because he puts good spin on it. SEC's leading 3-point percentage shooter. Missouri right now, Larry, they need back-to-back stops and back-to-back makes.
Yves Pons hasn't scored yet tonight. He's taken just 1 shot. 4 on the shot clock. Schofield, tough fadeaway from the base.
Tennessee's getting blown up by that elbow pinch, dribble handoff, butt screen action that Florida's throwing at him 3 or 4 times a half.
Alexander, well, they got Schofield on the pin down inside. And Admiral.
To Chapel Hill to take on 9th-ranked North Carolina. That's at noon. And then a big one to follow with Kentucky and Louisville going head-to-head at 2 o'clock. You can always watch both on the ESPN app as well from anywhere.
I think it's a couple of big weeks for Kentucky.
Yeah.
North Carolina today on a neutral floor, and then at Louisville.
Here's Schofield with the turnaround.
They are so good.
Here's Eve Pons. Now Schofield finds an open Pons. He finds even more open Bone, and he knocks.
And they were here in this building last night.
Sure were. And Mike is like the big brother to those young VCU Rams. So impressive last night. Heartbreaking loss. Nice execution.
Petty, sophomore out of Huntsville, Alabama. Improvement under Rick Barnes. The wins have gone up every season under Barnes. Looks like it's going to go up again this.
Dribble through his legs. Shot clock winds down. Force up a three. He'll make 6 or 7 of them in a game. Of course, he takes 25 of them. At the end of the game, he's got 50 points. And at the end of the game, his team has lost. And Schofield goes back to him.
Kid is really good. The key to the defense as well, because he can put pressure on the ball.
Bone off a screen, elevates and knocks it down.
John Calipari is going to talk a lot this year about how Kentucky is going to play positionless basketball. And it might be the case, but they have some guys who are well suited to certain spots. Reed Travis wants to expand his game, but he's not going to step out.
93%. That's how good they are. They missed one. It's okay. Move on.
So Williams goes to the bench with 6:14 to go. A comfortable 13-point lead. Oh, boy, he has shown.
Hightower averaging just over 8 minutes a game. Excuse me, 8 points a game and 20 minutes a game. One of the few guards that has logged a whole lot of minutes. Bone on a three.
Derek Walker enters the game for the first time for Tennessee. And a quick trigger on the...
An off-balance shot going to his left. Grant Williams, when he trails the play like that, he's the play caller. He's the quarterback that sees the action in front of him.
He's got it. He gets it to go, and he gets a foul.
3 shy of a career high for Davenport. Williams. Foul line.
P.J. Hardy was open. He goes in the paint with the left hand. It's off the mark. Alexander the board. Grant Williams already with 23 points. 9 of 11 from the floor. That includes a 3 of 3 mark from three-point land. Here's Bowden.
Boblinger. Boblinger fits that mold. I mean, he can, when you come to a shoot around, he runs shoot around. He knows exactly what Rick Barnes wants. He knows how he thinks. And when you have that feed.
Interesting way this game came about. Tennessee had an opening on their schedule last minute.
I told you earlier today, Grant Williams to me is one of the few guys in college ball that you could have told Grant Williams yesterday, the coaches aren't going on this road trip. You take control of this team. You get us on the bus, you get us to the plane, you get us to the hotel, you have the scouting report, you walk through the thing, and Grant Williams could do that. That's how dialed in he is as an upperclassman for Tennessee.
Bone hits the three.
Under 5.
Pickett's going to have to throw it up with 2. So 2 missed free throws, and now a late clock shot. Miss could bring him within 2, if not 1 on a 3.
This ball's got to get in the paint. That's what Tennessee, coming out of timeout, they talk about punch that ball to the paint and make good things happen.
Bone right on line. 3 ball. They're down 1.
You know, shots, making shots and getting that supreme effort. And they're not getting that kind of defensive pressure that they've had over the years. Bob Hertzler does an excellent job as a columnist down there. Read his stuff a number of times.
Schofield gets it to go.
Nice move.
4. He's still directing traffic. Turnaround. And the freshman sensation Horde is still scoreless. Poor recognition by Wake Forest.
Only two guys on Tennessee's team, Bowden and Schofield, that can shoot a one-pass three-point shot. Right now, they're not on the floor.
Johnson.
Bid. So I want to see more of that. So let's have a second date.
Loyola Chicago is certainly a fun team to watch. Tennessee looks to be like a fun team to watch down the stretch of this season.
Shooting, and after the game, I have to go tell the kid that we can fix this thing, that we can.
Run balls back to work. Tennessee has shot 71% from the floor today. It's great execution. Fulkerson fights and scores.
With 5, he averages 25 per game this season.
He is the definition of a stretch 5-man.
Williams back to work.
Who's today? Esme here today. And Jalen Hudson with the first bucket. They weren't sure what the starting lineup would look like today, Jimmy. Would they stick with the 4 guards? And the Gators have done just that.
Absolutely, and so it's a mismatch right now on one end of the floor for Tennessee to guard 4 guards. And the question is, how does Florida guard?
Coming off of a career-high 17 against Vermont when he hit a pair of threes. Schofield able to fit it in.
Lawson was able to get past Williams just with that little subtle up fake. And if Williams didn't go for it, I think Lawson would have risen up to shoot it. Great cut.
And Bowden with a bucket.
And that's one of the things that I learned from one of my teammates.
I'm sure that was a lot of time on your own in the gym, just working and working. And work ethic of this Tennessee team is among the best Tennessee's ever had.
Absolutely. These guys are no nonsense. It starts.
Claims the rebound, and here comes UT. Tennessee, co-SEC champions last year of the regular season. Finished with 13 and 5.
In it, just a one-point game. You got Schofield lifted from that corner position down low, and well, they did the right thing of finding the hot corner for a right-handed shooter.
Anybody stop to throw it up? Byron Jarrett, Owen Short, our other officials. It will be Kyle Alexander to take the tip against Rainier Thornton. Play ball in the state of Tennessee and Memphis.
And by 23. Crump. And Williams corrals it for the Volunteers.
How about Jordan Bowden? Good sign for Tennessee. That was the one guy that had been struggling. 2 for his last 11. There's that.
Just 10 seconds. Here's the underhand toss. Wouldn't go for Alexander. Now here come the Vols. Alexander. Yes.
Tennessee. It's the substitute Isaiah Maurice leaving it short for Memphis.
Memphis has got to find their stride. They're struggling right now.
Good post position, won by Williams.
Williams is dialing his phone right now.
Might have said at Kansas.
Okay.
Let's say at Kansas. But he did not say big guy. He said he might be the best passer they've ever had. Grant Williams.
Approaching 4 to play in our first half. Falls by 18 with Damian Fishback, Roy Philpott. Here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Vols are projected as a 1 seed, according to Joe Lenardi, our ESPN bracketologist.
And it's something that Rick Barnes says is as good as he's seen at any of the programs he's ever been around. And on the other side, to Tom Crean's credit, they're selling out down in Georgia, too.
Right.
I mean, this has not been a good look for the Bulldogs, but they can play.
Foul trouble.
Pons with 3, Alexander with 2, the particulars. Fulkerson going to work on Parks. Nice job off the
5 Division I signees on Grant's team when he was a senior. Taken away by Fulkerson.
And here's Williams out front. Can he run it? Look at him run the show.
Into Alexander. And
I mean, you were all over the place. You were at the tracks in the broadcast.
We had fun.
You were doing a little tasting, perhaps, in the broadcast. Very impressive stuff.
Cats are giving up too many threes on a nightly basis.
Well, the team that we see now is not the team that we're going to see in March.
Turn around, Alexander. Line blow by that you seldom see Tennessee give up. Interesting, James Banks on the floor now for Georgia Tech. Got his clearance to play today at 2 o'clock, right?
2 this afternoon. The NCAA cleared him to play for Banks. There was a waiving of the required.
Tennessee not off to a clean start so far. They've had a couple of turnovers. The pressure of Alabama on the ball has bothered Tennessee. They set the rules of every game you watch on film. They pound that thing inside the first 4 or 5 minutes.
Williams and Schofield, the top 2 leaders, leading scorers in the SEC, as Williams played.
The second round by Loyola, and it ended in an abrupt ending. And all of the players stayed in Knoxville over the summer. I said, how were the workouts? He said, much better and more intense than it had ever been before. And that's what it says about a veteran team. They were pleased with what happened a season ago, but the ending was just a shock.
And Tennessee will try and push the tempo, scoring better than 80 a game. Florida would rather see this in the 60s today.
Tennessee likes to set the rules of the game by pounding that thing to the paint the first 4 or 5 minutes. So far, Florida doing a good job of fronting those post touches.
And as a result, a couple of kickouts from Williams.
Play cerebrally with that inside-out approach that Rick Barnes loves.
Attacking with the back.
Was that when Ron Hunter had the...
That's when he fell off the stool. Yeah.
He was moved to the bench 5 games ago, and he has really responded with great effort and great passion. 19 to lead Memphis. That three's...
You know, it's one thing to play in gaps, which they're not used to doing, but they got to pressure the ball.
Williams into the paint, fade away over Lawson. Yes.
Comes into Pons. Schofield lost control of it. Now Williams. Shot clock down to 10. He shoots and scores.
Have discipline of how you go about it and run at a guy's shoulder, run past him, and not run into shooters. They have fouled now twice, right? Yep. 3-point shooters in this game. There's that. It's a zone press, but they quickly converge into man-to-man. And it's not easy to play against if you're Tennessee.
They get Williams isolated, and he
is as efficient shooting the ball as anyone right now out of that ACC.
Jordan Bone will pull for 3, knocks it down.